3G Boss in partnership with Canary Wharf Group. In association with Simple Call, sponsored by Feast Restaurant, NCL Tours, London Churchill College and Shard Restaurant, Brick Lane. Charity partner, ICRA International.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Behind the Boss. This is where it all goes down. This is where you get all the gossip and we get personal with the candidates. Let's see who we have today. We have Atifa Chaudhry. Welcome to the show. And firstly, congratulations for coming so far. How are you feeling?
Right now?
Yes, how are you feeling?
Good.
A bit nervous, or are you all right? Or are you relieved to be actually out today? Because you've been eliminated. So do you feel like it's been a relief, or do you think you could have stayed a bit longer?
I could have stayed a bit longer if I tried a bit harder.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you tried pretty hard there, especially with this week's fundraising that you had to do. How do you feel that you didn't try hard enough?
Like I didn't give it my best, especially because like I felt like I was going to lose anyway, and I was sort of relieved in the end. Like this pressure wasn't on anymore.
Well, we'll come back to you, Atifa, and those of you watching at home today, you can get in touch. You can do that via Facebook. All you've got to do is go onto facebook.com/3GBossUK. Leave your messages, send us your messages, or of course you can leave your comments on the pictures below, and we will try our best to read them out. For today, that we just watched the episode, they had to fundraise for a very well-known charity, ICRA International. It was quite a hard task. You know, you've never done fundraising, young kids, and you've just had to go out there and fundraise. Did you do a lot of research about ICRA International before going out?
To be honest, no.
No?
No.
And do you think it's down to the team leader?
That
Sadia?
for
doing research, do you think it's something the
No.
team leader should have taken control of?
I think we should have all done it, so we're all aware, not just the team leader. So it's all of our responsibilities.
Well, that's fine. I'm sure the fact that you've got the opportunity to fundraise, that's a big thing in itself. How was Sadia as a team leader?
She was really good, so she was really strong, and she kept asking us if we knew what we were doing and everything.
Yeah. And how about the other candidates that were on your team?
Who else was on my team? Yeah.
You had Afra, you had quite a few people actually on your team. How were they?
They were good, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
What about Farid?
Sorry.
Faiz?
Faiz.
Faiz, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, he was really good as well. But he got the logo wrong, but that doesn't matter. It's still good. Like, what he did was really good.
And right next to you, we have Tasmia Chaudhry, who is your cousin, very close friend, and of course you were volunteering for Rad's team for this episode. How was it, Tasmia?
It was good. I think it was a good opportunity to sort of learn how fundraising is and everything. Yeah.
And did you decide, that's it, I really want to do this? Did they approach you and say, Tasmia, you have to be a part of this? Did Atifa come up to you and say, you don't have a choice, you have to come, you have to volunteer for us? How did it all happen? How did you get involved?
Atifa, my other cousin, Lamisha, who was part of the show.
Yes. We were going to come to that bit later on. I've got lots to ask you about Lamisha because I have a book full of Lamisha quotes because she constantly makes us laugh. Every single episode, there's something that Lamisha does. So I'll come to you a bit later on to talk about Lamisha. But coming back to you, how did you get involved in this?
Yeah, so she was texting me saying, oh, and we need you, like, because we need more people to help us and, you know, so we can win the task and etc. Then after a while, me and one of my other cousins, we decided, okay, we might as well.
Did you get to decide whose team you wanted to be on? Because it must have been quite tough. Two sisters and they're battling each other. So was it really hard to choose, okay, whose side am I going to go on? Am I going on Lamisha's or am I going on Latifa's?
I think it was pretty much Lamisha, because she kind of said, okay, you're my team. How
do you feel about that? The fact that, Lamisha's just gone in and taken your cousin and said, hey, I'm picking her. How did you feel about that? Were you quite baffled at first?
As well, because I didn't even know about this whole situation until I saw it. And my mum was there and my little brothers, and they were all on her team, and I was like, okay.
And in the task itself, there were lots of communication gaps. How do you think you could have bettered that, really?
Kept my phone on.
Because Sadia actually spoke to a few people, and you especially, because she couldn't get through to you for 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
How was that, like when she was calling you and saying, we can't get through to you, your phone's not working? Why do you think there was that communication gap?
I think it's because we all separated a bit too far, and no one was with anyone. They were all by themselves.
Yeah.
Or a few people with each other.
Yeah. And why do you think that is? Do you think you could have done, what do you think you could have done to better that communication?
We could have all kept our phones on, but even then, it's not like we can keep our phones on the whole time.
Yeah. Because you're busy working,
yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Just stick together, work in pairs.
And what was your duty? What was your main duty in this task? For those that haven't actually watched the episode, what were your main duties for this task?
To go out in the streets and ask for money.
And did you have to sell cakes? Did you have to sell sweets, or were you not a part of that?
The sweets as well, and the cakes in the end.
Yeah. And was that quite difficult?
For the sweets, yes, because no one wanted to buy them.
Yeah.
So we had to make some sort of deal.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, we'll be speaking to you a bit more later on. Moving on to the chair of ICRA International, I have Abdul Haq Habib here. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the show. How did it feel to be a part of 3G Boss and to be the chosen charity?
Well, very excited and very privileged, because ICRA International has been working with Channel S for many, many years.
Yeah.
And especially when the opportunity knocked on our door to work with 3G Boss, it was fantastic. The main reason for that is because the young generation, the third generation, working with them, motivating them, encouraging them, and getting them involved with a good work like charity. It was a fantastic call for us, and we just said yes, we want to be part of it, and we really feel privileged. And as I'm sure you will announce how much they have raised and how. We'll talk about it a bit more, but it's not the money. It's not about the money, raising money. It's about creating awareness about a specific cause. So we are really privileged to be part of 3G Boss, and I would like to thanks and congratulate Channel S, and especially the people who are behind the 3G Boss, the real people who got it happen, you see, who motivated this young generation to come on board and work for the specific sectors like catering, charity, travel agency, and all the sectors that matters to us, very close to
the Bangladeshi community.
The Bangladeshi community.
Yes.
So hats off to Channel S and the leaders behind the 3G Boss.
Absolutely. And for those that are at home watching, and if you missed the episode, don't forget you can catch it on YouTube, 3G Boss UK. And just to let you guys know, they actually raised together, both teams on the day, £3,500, which is amazing.
Wow.
You know, that's
fantastic.
For young adults to go out there that have never fundraised, go out on the streets of East London and just approach strangers and raise awareness, try and get some help. I think that's hats off to you.
Within 6 hours. In one day,
it's
without
brilliant.
prior planning.
That's amazing. That is, absolutely. I think that's great. Please do tell us a bit about ICRA International. What do you do, and what are the awarenesses that you're trying to put forward?
ICRA International is a charity we started in 1996, so this is our 19th year.
Yeah.
So I was very, very young, and some of our friends, we started it off. We delivered quite a lot of activities like
Yeah.
pure water, medication, home for homeless people.
Yeah.
But recently, over the last 4 years, we are dedicating ourselves serving the disabled people,
Yeah.
especially in Bangladesh,
Yeah.
because there are about 10% of the whole population in Bangladesh are disabled, various kind of disabilities.
Yeah.
And we thought not many people are dealing with those people. They are not talking about the
Yeah.
disability and the causes of disability.
And it's just raising awareness for that.
Yeah, so we thought we should do something.
Yeah.
As British Bangladeshis, this is our responsibility to raise awareness.
Yeah.
Then we started working, especially involving the community,
Yeah.
to serve that specific community.
And that's
people with
exactly
disability.
what they did this time
Absolutely.
round. So well
Yeah.
done for that. But I do have a question for you. Do you like river cruises? Yes, no, never been on one yet?
I don't really care about it.
Are you saying that because you're slightly jealous, or are you saying that because you actually don't care?
I actually don't care.
Well, you know what, I won't ask you anymore, but let's go see what the winning team, what they were treated to. Let's go check it out.
We're just going to go on a little trip down the river. But I'm going to tell you also use my anti-terrorism squad to go on a fast boat down the river, fast trip down the river with us. And a few and they had a riverboat called Royal Law. That's our zone. So when they had a big superstar, they have a flat in Chelsea and they go pick them up from the flat in the boat. And now you.
You haven't seen my name of everyone.
Look on the list of what we own and say VIP. Oh my god, my hair. VIP. Can you give some? Hey, that's good. He used to wait until low tide. There's a tunnel. Above the shop. Not one person. Manchester. I'm in Liverpool.
Say, I'll push you into it.
Alright.
One less person to compete with.
Zane,
Show me, man. It's so childish.
I'm childish.
Yeah, you're So this like this, yeah? Is this fine? Okay, so you can't hear me because I'm on this awesome boat over here. I have to talk very loud because this boat is absolutely fantastic.
And this is our treat, all thanks to Canary Wharf Group.
It looks like
And it's so misplaced. If it was...
Lots and lots of fun. I wouldn't mind going on a river cruise, and I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have minded if your team had won. You'd be quite happy to go on that river cruise, but I'll let you off on that if you're saying I don't really care about it. But I wouldn't mind. I love river cruises. Now, Lamisha is your sister. That is the funniest thing ever, because I didn't think two sisters in a competition would be able to still live in the same house. Are fighting for the same thing, wanting the same thing, competing with each other. How has it been?
It's been hectic. Like, she always comes to me and tries to find out stuff about my team, and then I do the same, but like it never works. But sometimes we drop off hints to each other.
Oh, and are you guys quite close, or have you always fought a little bit? Me and my brother, we have a 9-year gap, but we're constantly fighting. Are you like that as well? Are you
Yeah.
constantly fighting with Lamisha?
Yeah, over everything.
And how was it throughout the competition? How were your family? Whose side were they on? Who were they rooting for, you or Lamisha?
Well, after that incident when Tasmia here and my mum and my little brothers all donated to my sister and helped her, so I can...
Did you speak to them?
No, I didn't even know about it.
I wouldn't even speak to them. So when did you find out about this?
When I saw them
And you were like, what are you doing? You have to donate to me. So your team had cake which Afra made.
Yeah.
Where did that stem from? So you guys were allowed to make stuff at home, bake cakes or bring something and put it towards the fundraiser. Whose idea was that?
Afra's, I think.
And how was the cake? Did you taste it? Was it quite tasty?
Yeah, it was really good.
So was it okay for her to sell it for like £5, £10?
Yeah, it was
£50,
totally
barely.
worth it, yeah.
And Tasmia, how has it been for you? Have you been involved in this sister battle?
Well, Tifa did ask me like 101 questions on why I was with Lamisha.
Who are you closer to? I know you're here with the Tifa right now, but who are you closer to?
Lamisha.
Oh no! I bet Lamisha's watching at home thinking, yes, that's exactly what I want. How do you feel about that, Atifa? You have all the power right now because she's live on television. You can embarrass her if you want to. I give you all the right. You have all the power to do that. Are you going to take that on?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We'll see how you embarrass her a bit later on. Coming to Abdul Bhai, with regards to the fundraise, you know, they've raised £3,500, which is amazing. How would you like these youngsters to get involved? Why do you want them to get involved with ICRA International? How does it benefit your charity?
Well, firstly, obviously, the sisters battle reminds me of Ed Miliband and Dave Miliband, and who won and who lost. I think young generation getting involved with charity is a fantastic way of bridging the generation gap, as well as connecting our country, Britain, with Bangladesh. I think the way they got involved with ICRA International and helping disabled people.
And that's what you want to do. You want to carry on
building. That's right. I would like to carry on, and I wish I had a team like this, raising fund for ICRA every day, £3,000, 3,500.
Well, I'll tell you what, Abdul Bhai, I'm sure after this episode you'll have a line of youngsters that would like to be involved.
That would be fantastic. Welcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're going to go on a short break. Make sure you guys don't go anywhere. I want to know more about this sister battle because I think there's about to be a battle here. Don't go anywhere. See you in a bit.
You're watching Channel S.
3G Boss in partnership with Canary Wharf Group. In association with Simple Call, sponsored by Feast Restaurant, NCL Tours, London Churchill College and Shard Restaurant, Brick Lane. Charity partner, ICRA International.
You're watching Channel S.
Welcome back to Behind the Boss, and I'm sure you guys are glued to the TV right now thinking, what is Atifa going to tell us about Lamisha? Because I'm dying to hear it. I want to know all the dirt on Lamisha while she's in the competition, because that's what this is all about. It's all about the gossip and behind the scenes, right? That's why you're here. You have to discuss those things, which is the most important thing, I think. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So she's thinking about it right now. So whilst you think about it, we've got some new guests with us. Right next to you, we have MD of Simple Call, Nawfal Zamir. It's lovely to have you here, entrepreneur, and of course, the face behind Simple Call. You've obviously been a part of 3G Boss. Mm-hmm. Why did you choose to be a part of it?
Because it's, first of all, when I first saw the concept of 3G Boss, I really loved it. First of all, it gives our kids, the youngsters, to come forward to do something different than what they're used to, and also get the exposure. And that has a very massive ripple effect, and which I really expect to happen. So this year 3G Boss is going to be totally different next year. Next year is going to be even way better than what we are doing this year.
Wow, we
So-
haven't even finished this year's one. I can't imagine how much better this is going to get, but I am super, super excited. And especially if you're saying it, I'm pretty sure it's going to be super duper brilliant next year. But this year, let's hold our thought for this year. How has it been, and who's been your favourite contestant so far?
Quite a few. Quite a
Oh,
few.
you've
of
got to
them.
mention them.
Quite
we
a
won't
few.
let you
I
go.
think I definitely liked especially today's. I like the Oasis, the team management, the way the team management happened on Oasis side was very good.
Yeah.
It was excellent. On
Rod was very
Rod
sufficient.
was very good.
He was
Yeah.
very, very sufficient.
Very organized.
Very,
so he
yeah.
managed it thoroughly. He managed the online, the funding himself,
Yeah.
so which really worked out very well for them, which happened to be the distinctive factor why they
Yeah.
became first. So that was very good.
Yeah.
On the other side, I think Utopia started off with a little bit of a lack of management.
Yeah.
And Sadia tried to do the damage limitation in kind of in the middle of the day.
Process,
but,
yeah.
You know, it's but then that's what made the difference at the end of the day.
Well, we'll be speaking to you a bit more a bit later on. Moving right next to you, we have the face of 3G Boss, one of the faces, you know, the face that these candidates fear. You're one of the judges, Sanwar Chaudhary. Welcome back to the show. How was this episode for you?
I enjoyed this immensely. This was a different type of task. You know, they had to really sell a cause, and a worthy cause, because ICRA International do such great work in Sylhet for the most vulnerable in society. And these young kids, 14 to 16, all of them, had to find out about charity, find about how to sell that.
Yeah.
Not as a product, not as a service that people would enjoy, but as giving, as a way of selling a cause.
Raising the awareness.
And I found, you know, those that got engaged with that, those that did some research, looked into what this was all about, did fantastically well. I think Atifa found, to her cost, that not looking into it meant that she wasn't able to engage as much as she could have done.
And do you think Atifa was out fairly?
I believe so. I think she would agree with the decision. You know, it's a very fine balancing act, because you're not sure when everybody will fire on all cylinders.
Yeah.
But they have to be ready from day one.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Atifa, perhaps if she had stayed on, she might have won.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, during that task, she was the least performing. And I think you would agree with that, wouldn't you, Atifa?
Well, let's ask Atifa. Atifa, you, Sadia decided to take you and Afra back into the boardroom. How was it? Did you think that was fair?
With what I did on that day, yes.
You don't think Afra should have been fired instead?
No, I believe her decision was
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah?
I think.
I'm just playing with your head right now. I'm trying to confuse you slightly. So you've been in the process for a while now, and you've worked with quite a few team leaders. You yourself couldn't be a team leader yet, you know, before you were eliminated.
Yeah.
Who has been your favourite so far, working with?
Well, everyone was good. Like, Sadia was great, Nabila was great, Fayez was great, Hussein was great.
You might as well just name all of them. I'll tell you what, I'll let you think about it. Okay. Coming to Nofal Bhai, what's been your favourite scene on this episode? I ask everybody, so all the guests that come, they have to share their favourite stories, their favourite scenes. What's been your favourite?
I think there was one of the, I really smiled and kind of was thinking about laughing out loud. When I saw Ajmain, he got a little bit confused when someone donated £1 or £2, I think, change. And he wasn't sure whether it's worth giving a cake to the donor.
It wasn't one cake, because she had children with her. He was very, very confused as to what do I do right now.
Yeah.
Well, let's go check out the scene. Those of you that haven't seen the episode, just to remind you, you can catch it on YouTube. But for now, let's go check out the scene.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry, sir.
Thanks so much. Okay, change anyways.
Huh?
If you can give change as well, that's okay. You can have a cupcake, or you can just give change. Wait, have I confused?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's at each. I haven't got six.
Oh no, it's not for them. If you don't want it, you can just give change.
Okay, I think he's confused.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm confusing you, sorry.
There you go.
You want? I'll give you this one.
Oh, okay, thank you. Say thank you.
No problem.
Can this one have one? It's on
Sorry.
one.
I don't have any more. I'll see if my friend has one. Wait.
It's not fair just to give one. Is it?
Okay, sure.
They're only kids, thank you.
Pause. I think I'd be in the same position thinking, what do I do right now? I've got all these cakes to sell and she's given me £1 and I have to give it to so many children, but well done for whatever you did. However, how did you think he responded? How would you have responded if you were in that situation?
Probably the same, like probably even more confused, or I might have been direct and just walked off.
I'd probably half it and I'd say, here you are, here's a little piece for you. Here's a little piece for you. It's all about sharing, right?
Yeah.
So I'd tell the mum that actually let's teach them to share. So here's one cake and let's cut it into bits and let's all share it.
Less sugar intake.
There you are. See, that would have worked. That would have worked perfectly.
Yeah.
Why did he not think of that, eh? Maybe for the next episode. For those watching at home, just a quick reminder, you can get in touch and be a part of Behind the Boss or the 3G Boss Show. All you've got to do is go onto facebook.com/the 3G Boss UK. Leave your comments, leave your messages, and we will definitely read them out. What are your opinions? Do you think Atifa should have been out today, or do you think somebody else should have been eliminated? Let us know of your views. It's very, very important to us. Who's your favourite? Who's your least favourite? Coming to you, who's your favourite? You've got to think of one, right? So I'm going to be asking you who your favourite and who your least favourite is. So who you think should not be in the process right now and should be out, and who you think your favourite is.
Okay, my favourite. This is hard.
It is difficult, right?
Can I start with my least favourite then?
Yeah, of course you can. I thought that'd be harder, but okay.
So can I say? Okay, I don't want to say two actually. I just say one.
Okay.
So there was a scene where I had to work with Alim and sell the cakes.
Yeah.
And he was giving away free cakes. And like,
where was I? Why was I not there? Free cakes.
Like to to donors that donated a lot. But although they donated a lot, you shouldn't still give away free cakes. Like you should ask them to donate more.
So that was your least favourite because Alim had done that. And what was your favourite?
And then he dropped the cakes.
Oh no! So did you resell them?
We can't. It's on the floor.
Good. I was just checking. We wanted to catch you out, so I was just checking if you did. Moving across to the judge man right there. What was your favourite scene?
I think what I really enjoyed. It wasn't actually shown here, but they. Atifa's team had a lot of cupcakes, and they were trying to sell it from the East London Masjid.
Right.
So they had a table laid out. But they had disappeared, so people were walking away with cupcakes and nobody to sell them. So again, not only
where was everybody?
Well, I was gone. I don't know where Afra was. She was supposed to.
Oh no! There. So people were just walking
away
with free
cakes because they didn't know what to do, and people thought they were just like shinni.
So they were just taking. They were taking. It's the new shinni. Take the cupcake away outside East London Mosque. Well, maybe that's a new thing you've just invented.
And Lamisha, headless, running around. I'm not sure where she was. I'm not sure whether she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
I thought, that was priceless. But I think what aspect that I enjoyed most in terms of what Nabila and Abdullah did was in terms of differentiating between receiving £1 and receiving hundreds of pounds.
Yeah.
That expression was priceless. I think that was something that I really enjoyed.
I loved
seeing.
Nabila's expression. It was priceless. And for those of you that didn't get to see it, you'll get a chance right now. Let's go check it out.
It would really help us out.
We do the car.
Sasazi. One for one. Yeah, so you need to do that. Okay, leave it. We're raising a bit of money for charity today, and it's for Iqra International.
Alright, so what? Is the money going to Bangladesh?
Yes, for Bangladesh, it's for disabled kids. And we're basically raising money to fund a hospital that's already built into there. We're trying to improve it to accommodate more.
Yeah, we already got
children.
2 stories, and we're trying to build more stories on it.
Alright,
So
yeah.
I was wondering if you can help out. Everybody's been helping out. And
Yeah,
it'd be
yeah,
great
sure,
help
no
if you
problem.
can.
Let me see how much I got, sorry, one second.
Well, big payday today.
Yeah. Sorry, one second.
Alright. 200! Are you?
Yeah, no, it's alright, don't worry.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Honestly, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
200 pounds.
What was that?
That was literally Nabila's reaction because she was gobsmacked to see so much money to be donated. I think I'd react the same way. How were your reaction towards when people were donating £1 and when people were donating 300s of pounds or 200, 500? How was it? How was it for you?
Like people just donated around. The most I got was around a £50 note.
Yeah,
that's about it.
That's quite a lot. It doesn't matter, you know. Even if it's £1, the fact that it's coming, you know, the fact that you're raising the awareness, and people are happy to give their hard-earned pound to you to help, you know, to help the unfortunate. It's a great achievement. But Tifa, well done for coming so far. I think you've done great. You know, loads of people had applied. You got through the interview stage. You've got through a few episodes. You've done absolutely brilliant, and we've got something to show you. Let's go check out your journey.
How do you handle criticism?
Someone told me you need to improve your handwriting, for example. I would take it and look at my handwriting and then just like try and focus on improving it, because you need to take criticism in order to improve yourself. This cream, it's called the Gardener's Hand Cream, parabens and sulfate free. It's great for your skin, it makes your skin look shiny. That we have 3 dishes, like 3 types of lunch boxes, so it could thingy everyone's needs. So like, sorry? Oh, okay. If you have £1, then you can actually get one of these.
Wow, what a great journey. Well done once again. We have come to the end of the show, and I'd like to thank Nawfal Zamir, MD of Simple Call, for coming on today, and of course for being a part of 3G Boss. And we have the judge there, Sanmar Chaudhry. Thank you so much for joining us today. And Atifa, once again, well done for coming this far. What would you like to say to the audience?
Keep watching, because I don't even know.
Keep watching, make lots of dua, and let's see who the winner is in a few weeks' time, right? Well, thank you so much for staying with us, and do remember you can watch this back on YouTube, and of course the repeat will come on tomorrow morning. But for now, it's time to say goodbye. See you again next week, same time, same place.
3G Boss in partnership with Canary Wharf Group. In association with Simple Call, sponsored by Feast Restaurant, NCL Tours, London Churchill College and Shard Restaurant, Brick Lane. Charity partner, ICRA International.